Whoa. Oh, hold on. I got that guy. Another short one though. Even these short ones, they're fun to catch. I have such a good time catching these fish. See you later, buddy. Well, you want to go out and try and catch some blackfish. So let's take a look at how to rig up a jig or a high-low rig with these crabs. I'll show you how I do it and explain some of the other ways that other people do it as well. But first, let's talk about the setup I'm using. I am using a Penn Squall that I purchased last year, and it's on a Shimano Travala rod. This is a little bit of a light setup for togs, but I don't catch very many big ones, so it's all right. I've got 20-pound braid on this, and if you want to see a little bit closer setup of this reel, I'll link up in the corner there. I did a review video on the reel, so you'll be able to go and check that out. On the end of this, what I'm using is I got about a 3-foot leader, and I like these green and orange jigs. I have had a lot of luck with these this year. They have been fantastic jigs. I've been catching a lot of fish, and it seems like I catch bigger fish on the jigs than I do on a high-low rig. Now, anything I'm showing you here, if you're interested in it, I will also put links in the comments and the description of this video so you can go and find these yourself and maybe catch some fish. So I've got some crabs here. I've only got one here on the board, but this is what I like using. These are green crabs. Some people will also use Asian crabs. Bait shop didn't have them, so I'm using the greens. Now these green crabs, they're pretty easy to set up and use, but they can be a little bit particular when you put them on the hook. So what I do with these crabs is when I get them, first thing I do is I take my scissors and I cut them right in half, okay? So pretty easy, crabs in half. Now he's not gonna try and pinch you. They usually don't, but they give it a shot. And then I will peel off the top shell here and just discard that. Now what you have left is underneath that shell is the crab's lungs, okay? So I always leave those lungs facing up because that's where I want the point of the hook to come out. I take this hook and I will go between the two last legs. Now there's a little, like a little joint there where the leg hits the body, and I try and stick the hook right in that little joint there. It's a little tough to get through, and then it'll kind of pop through. And then you just thread the hook around and bring the hook out the top side where his lungs are, where it's all that soft stuff. So when the fish bites it, he doesn't have to get through any hard things in there. He's just got the soft part of the crab. Some people will pull that back leg off and put the hook in through the back leg. I prefer to do it this way. I don't know why. That's the way I've always done it. Some people will also cut the legs off the crab and just use the body. I personally don't like to do that because I like to have a little bit more action when this is down there. Kind of the crab legs are kind of flopping around in the current down there, and I seem to get more bites when I do it with the leave the legs on versus cutting them off. Now this crab, the way I hook them onto this jig, that's the same exact way I hook them if I'm going to be using a high-low rig, which I don't use that much, but occasionally I do. It's the same thing. I go between the two last legs, I put the point of the hook right in that little knuckle, bring it through and come out the top by the lungs. Another quick tip with these crabs is if you're not getting any hits on a crab, try a different piece. You know, you see these crabs when you flip them over, there's different sizes and different colors. Some are red on the bottom, some are white on the bottom, some are green on the bottom. So maybe try a different crab with a different color. You never know what's going to help you catch more fish and whatever's going to be popular that day. The one thing that I have found that is consistent is this green and orange colored jig, or a fluorescent green jig. Seems to work all the time. So that's the only color I use anymore. and it has been great. So hopefully you'll get out there, you'll catch some togs. They're a great eating fish. I love to fish for them because they're fun. They're also good to eat, so it's all around good time. Thanks for coming and watch my video. I appreciate it. Hopefully you'll have some tight lines and short blood trails, and I will see you on the next video. Thanks.